Alright, make sure you subscribe if you like that demo. We're going to go over the mix, just kind of show you what I did. We're going to start with the drums. For the drums, I still use the free kit from ML Drums. And I pulled up this metalcore preset and I adjusted the parallel compression, a little bit of the EQ and the kick. This is what we got for the drums. For the bass, we use Modo Bass 2, the free version. I didn't change anything here since the initial episode. And what I did is I split the bass into 2 tracks. Duplicate tracks. On the first one, I filtered the low end only, so you only hear this part. And then I put a limiter on that, I'm using all free plugins on this, guys. If I was a Reaper, I would just use the limiter from Reaper. Then for the second track, I filter the high end like this. And then I ran it through NAM using the same capture that we're using here, but I used the DI instead of the full rig. So the settings, I bumped up the gain a little bit. Then I put those two in a bus. And in this bus, I have Night IR with a bass cab, a Zilla 6x10 cab. And that takes the bass sound from this to this. Then I use an EQ, free one, Nova. This is a pretty good EQ. Just to kind of take care of some high-end stuff and some low-end rumble and low mids, just so it plays nice with the guitars. And then a final limiter. Let's hear the bass and the drums together. Also, just to know, since the last episode when I was doing the mixing, I noticed the bass was ringing a little longer than I wanted to. So I went ahead and chopped these notes in the intro a little bit down, except this one. And I just made it tighter. Onto the rhythm guitars. Again, we use the same capture that we use in the tracking. It's the full rig from a Mesa DC5 high gain. I ended up bringing the gain down to -5. Then I put the left and the right guitars into the bus. In the bus, I have some EQ taking care of low end rumble, some mids, little whistle, and then a high end filter. Then I have some TDR Nova doing the multi-band low mid trick. Just takes care a little bit of this so it plays nice with the bass. And then a limiter. Doing about 3 to 4 dB reduction. And then I have an imager. And this is mostly so the guitars don't get too wide when I post them on social media. I found out that by bringing in the stereo width of the guitars, they actually sound a lot better on Instagram and TikTok. So that's something that I started doing here recently, and it's just bringing the guitars in a little more, and that's just mainly so it plays nice with TikTok and Instagram. YouTube doesn't really alter your audio that much. So let's hear the bass and the guitars together. Kind of how I mix the guitars and the bass. Into another section. For the lead guitars, I kept it very simple. I just use an EQ. Filter some stuff out. For the solo, I had the 2 tracks. They're both the same. Put a compressor before the amp using the same model. Brought down the gain to 3.4. And it's a compressor. And it just kind of takes a little bit of the pick attack for pick attack control. And then they go to a bus. In the bus I have EQ. Kind of gives it that nasally sound. I like that in solos to cut through. Another compressor. Keeping the level consistent for the most part. Then the imager, I don't know what this is doing here. I'll show it here. Alright. Then for the rhythm guitars, on all the guitars, I use the same reverb that we set up initially. I brought down the width a little bit for the guitars. For the rhythm guitars, this is the reverb, how much reverb I'm using. It gives it a little room. Using some on the leads. On the solo, I'm using the same reverb and the Valhalla delay. So much I'm sending to it. On the master bus, I usually use ozone or flatline or fat filter L2 or slate, but I wanted to continue the free route. So started with the mix tool to bring down the gain 12 dB of the whole mix for headroom. Then I went with the EQ, got everything under 25 Hertz. Compressor for like a glue does about 1 or 2 dB. So a little punch. Then I use Nova for like a multi-band. Gives it a little movement and control. And finally, I use limiter number 6 for limiting. And I use the compressor portion, the limiter, the clipper, and just what that. Looks like. Then when I'm doing all this, I usually have this meter. I'm trying to get it to around -11 integrated loudness. So I try to get it to -12 and -2 max peak. And that gives me the room that I need to, so it doesn't sound like crap on social media. Well, that's it, guys. We have concluded the how to make a demo series. I really hope this was useful for some of you, and I really enjoyed making this one. Had some technical difficulties in different sections, but you know, it didn't keep me from finishing the series. Again, my name is Obi-Juan, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Have a good one.